What is going on, guys? It's the Mad Dragon. We're jumping back into Rugby 25 today with a bit of a part 2 is what I'm going to call it for Early Access 4 on the go. Now, last week we did the video. The big major update came out for Early Access 4. Of course, I did my initial feedback on it, jumping straight in, playing a game, giving my feedback on how it's gone. Across the whole of this Early Access, I haven't done any Part 2s per se, because we started out with the minor update, so every week there was a new minor update coming out. So it was basically just a whole new video looking at all the new patch notes. And then Early Access 2 and Early Access 3 have been the sort of game where the gameplay hasn't grabbed me enough to want to sit down and spend hours and hours and hours of play testing and expanding my own knowledge on how the game works in order for it to sort of warrant a part 2. A couple of people have asked in the comment sections, why don't I play the game loads first and then make a video as opposed to getting a video out straight away? And the reason for that is I would really like to hopefully have these videos come across to Bigant Studios as me being a bit of a known entity on the world of YouTube for being a guy who likes his rugby games, invested, that you can go back and look at all my videos and my experience and knowledge of rugby video games, and they can say, you know what, this isn't just some guy on the internet and an FAQ page, this is like a known guy for playing rugby video games, and he can get in, give his initial opinions, and if he says something's good, then hey, that's big ticks for us. If he says he can't understand something, then how does that bode well for the average consumer who might be picking up this as their very first rugby game, of how they would be able to understand it if I can't understand it myself? So I wanted to sort of spend some more time with Early Access 4 because the gameplay has felt better. There's been some more bugs and some more issues, and I thought a part 2 is probably warranted. There's stuff I missed out in the first video that I didn't know about. There's stuff I want to double down on as not being happy with, and there's some stuff I want to correct myself with, stuff that happened in the last video that actually, having played it more now, there's a few more things to go over. So we're going to check out some different things today and do a bit of a part 2 and give some more overall thoughts, because I am planning on writing my big review back to the guys over at Bigant Studios on their FAQ page, which is of course the most official way to get stuff back over to them, let you know your thoughts on the game. I have read other people's response on the FAQ page, some colourful stuff going on in this update specifically. But starting out then in the main menu, now something I didn't mention in the last video, which I noticed since, you might be able to hear it in the background, the music. One of the things I have given a lot of credit to this game for is the soundtrack going on in the game and some of the songs used. I think are awesome. As I've written back my FAQ feedback, I've had this game on in the background just to have the music in the background, and they have added more songs, which is nice. This repertoire is getting even bigger, and so the song list is getting very long, and I've had them going all the way through, and there's a lot that I thoroughly enjoy. The guys in the sort of audio design of this game have done well. You can pick out the new ones, because you might be able to see here, they're called front end music _ something, which is clearly, you know, probably not something that should be in the final game. It's clearly almost like the name of the file that the music is, which should really be changed. I'm not sure if they're aware of that. I'll be dropping that in my feedback as well. But I've had to listen to some of these songs as well, some of the new songs coming in. And once again, I think the audio team has really smashed that out, and it's a shame that I don't think they happened in the last video. We just happened to have some of the older songs, didn't notice it. So hopefully you can hear them in the background. There's going to be some new songs to go over. Jumping into the competition. The competitions have worked flawlessly since playing it. I've put a number more hours into the game now, and I've tried some different competitions. You can see I've done some of the Premiership. I've also done some of the MLR stuff as well. Let's go back into the very original one that I did in the video, and they have worked fine. The simulate button is broken. It just is the way. I've spoken to you guys on Discord. I've dropped you guys down in the comment sections. You've all been saying it. You can sort of fix it by like going in and out of it, and then sometimes it'll now simulate, and it will work, and it will do it. I don't know why it doesn't just work flawlessly as you want to. I also don't really know why they haven't set up the championship to be like you pick a team and then play through the competition. It still works because you could just pick a team. You want to play as the Bears next to my face here. You just play that game, and the rest of them you can simulate through and only play the Bears games. It still works, but the actual competitions have worked fine. I haven't had any major issues with the competitions not working like we had with the MLR when it first came out. So again, I think another positive to go over there. Something I want to double down on. the creation tools. Now, I've seen some of your guys' creations in the Discord and stuff. You guys have been making players. I am still planning on sitting down at some point, maybe this week even, and doing the big player creation and trying to make my own player representative of an actual player to really go in depth, because I know a lot of people are asking for that, but that is going to be like a long video, and I'm not sure whether to make it a long video or condense it down to be me filming for an hour and make it like a 10-minute video. Let me know that down in the comments how you prefer that one. Would you prefer an in-depth look at that or a shortened version just to sort of see start and end results? I've seen, again, people making their clubs, making their kit creations, and I have to say the kit creation stuff I'm really enjoying. For some reason it does delete your creations. Don't know why that is. That is something I'll be giving back in their feedback, but actually just going through and messing about and making my own kits and being able to see, you know, all the different options you have available for making kits and stuff, I actually think it's really good, and I am looking forward to doing that more in depth when they fix that so it actually saves your kits, because something still goes wrong there. Something though that we did cover in the last video, this logo creator. Oh boy, I'm not a fan of this. I have spent probably another 2 to 3 hours of my time off camera messing about with this, trying to get it to work. I have to say, I really dislike this logo creator. In the last video, I did say I took it on the chin. It could be me not being able to use it correctly. I have seen some of you guys in the Discord have actually made really cool logos and I know, obviously a better graphic design than me. I think for me, the issue with this logo creator is all of the things you need are here. The skeleton is there to be a fun logo creator. It's just too complex and not user-friendly enough for your average consumer to be able to sit down and just bash out a fun little logo in 15 minutes. You know, I've spoken about other games, Black Ops 2, Forza 4, I was making entire skins for cars back in the Forza days. I'm used to logo creators, and this is just on a bit of a different level, and I sort of want to go a bit more in depth about why this doesn't work. So maybe some of the guys over at Bigant Studios look at this and go, okay, we're sort of seeing it from his standpoint. Maybe they don't, I don't know. But just to give you guys a better understanding, if you guys are playing along in Early Access 4 and cannot understand what's working, we're playing on the PC. Early Access 4 is only available on the PC. To use this logo creator, you cannot have your mouse and your controller plugged in at the same time. That's insane. You have to have the mouse to get onto the game. You have to have the controller to navigate the menus in the game. But you can't have both of them plugged in at the same time. It does work, but like you can see here, I can't click. I'm clicking on stuff. Nothing works, but the mouse works over here. And now I use my controller. That doesn't work, so I have to go back over here, then switch to the drawing, then I can do this. It doesn't interchange. It doesn't work together. And you also lose functionality of the logo creator when using just the controller. So really stupid. So to start out with, unplug your controller. Brilliant. That's the first thing you want to do when you get into this logo creator. Now that you've undone the controller, you can go over to all these tabs. You still can't click on the tabs, which seems mad. You have to use the arrow keys. You can use the arrow keys on your keyboard to flip around. And then the actual layout of it all. You start out with the settings, and, you know, I feel like not too many people are going to mess around with all these different overlays and cursor speeds. These feel like sort of afterthoughts that I would move these settings to the bottom or just out of the way that you could get from a separate menu. The layers, the layer creation thing, it doesn't like create a layer for you as you add a new thing in. You have to go into the layers and then like manually add new layers, select which layer you want. Then I don't know how to go back out of this. That's how you delete a layer. I can't work out now how to get back over to the tabs. I've spent 2 hours in this. I still can't work it out. How do I... Let me do that. I've drawn a shape. Can I now go back? No. I don't want to switch to drawing. Escape. Okay, you press escape to go back. Now I can go back into the tabs. So now I believe I'm on layer 1, even though it doesn't tell me anywhere where it is. You can go over to the shapes. I would like to add in a shape. Brilliant. Now we get off the arrow keys. Arrow keys are gone. Now we're over to A and D in order to change what type of thing I want. Let's have a capital letter. So we're going to drop this down. What capital letters do we want? Let's go for an M for Mad Dragon, right? So we press enter. Now we've got M. M is now here on this board. And now we've got our shape in here. This is now our layer. The layer is made up of like a billion different points of movement. Now, on the face of it, it's like, oh, this is really cool. I can adjust all these and I can move them around and, hey, I can make really weird and wacky shapes. And it seems great on the face of it. However, it ends up making it much more complicated to be able to, like, move. One of my biggest criticisms about this is moving this logo. I want to move this letter M. How do you guys perceive I would move that letter M? I want to move it to the top, left-hand corner. How do I move it there? My instinct would be you hover over to this circle, as it's clearly like a main point in the M. You left-click, and you would move it. No, it doesn't do that. It's just like another point of articulation. And I couldn't work out how to make it work until it was Valhalla that dropped it down in the Discord that said it is down here. It's here. It says the middle mouse button is how you highlight nodes. And the way you move a shape is to hold down your middle mouse button and then draw a square around the object so you highlight all of them. And then when you do that, these little options pop up. If you have your controller plugged in, those options don't appear. For me, I can't get these options to appear. And these options all do little things. They're all symbols, which don't really, necessarily mean anything until you test them all out. And this one is move. So I can now do that, and I can now move it freely around. I'm not having to click anything, it's there. Now I want to put it down, so I left click. No. Right click. No. Middle mouse button. No. Enter? No. I don't know how to put it down, so you just start mashing buttons, and eventually it'll stay where it is. I just pushed every button then as much as I could, and I completely broke my letter M. And this is my main issue with it, is it's so fiddly to use that I don't want to go back. No, I don't want to go back. I just want to go back over to my tabs. How do I go back over to my tabs and add a new letter? So now I've got to press X to switch back to the toolkit and do, like, I have a mouse. Why can I not just use the mouse on the menu and flick through things? It just doesn't seem like it's been designed with a user-friendly sort of mindset, at the front of it. It seems very complex for what it's attempting to do, and it really doesn't need to be. The skeleton for being able to add different shapes, I am not doing anything right now. I am just slowly moving my mouse over the thing, and it spins it through. Like, each one of these should just be a click, and it spins at like 1,000 miles an hour. I can't possibly click what this is. Also, if I click, like I now want to have, let me press D to get to another letter. I now want to add a new letter. Let me add an N, or let's add what's it about? Like a T? Let me add a T into this layer. Alert. Now I've finished my logo creation. I haven't finished my logo creation, but it wants to tell me that. Now, when I was messing about with this, if I added a secondary letter into this, it would break everything because it would put it all on one layer. It seems like they might have actually made a small adjustment to it. I can't even. There we go. Where it's now adding it to a new layer, which is great. But I feel like these layers, for anyone who's used logo creators before, I feel like all of these layers should just be available at any point down the bottom. You don't need to go into the section of the layer, and you should be able to edit them. I don't know how to click a layer. I want to use the T, and it just jumps about. You can hear me left clicking. I want to use that one. Am I now on T? No, I'm still on M. I don't know what I'm even moving there. It all just seems way too over the top for what it needs to be. Just reverse this down. Give us shapes. Give us each layer available at any time, an X, Y, and Z axis, and let people add like 200 different layers into it. It would be so much easier. Again, my example would be Black Ops 2 or Forza 4 had a much simpler system. It was so much easier to understand. Even though I think the articulation points are cool to be able to move these around, I honestly don't think they're necessary, because you could just add the letter M, and if you want to add a curvy line, you just go over to your shapes. However you get over to shapes, I don't even know. You go over to your shapes here, and you'd say, right, well, what I would want is... Oh. It just breaks. It just breaks. But you would go over to your curvy shapes, and you just add a curve to the M. You could add it manually. But as you can see, I haven't added anything into this logo now. Now I've got a circle. And now I've got like 1,000 shapes. What is going on? And this is one thing I want to double down. A logo creator should be something super fun, super easy. Anyone can jump into it. You bash out a logo that looks terrible in 15 minutes and you go, yeah, I'm really happy with that. And you look back at it like a day later, you go, that looks awful. I'm going to spend an hour making a really, really cool logo. At the minute, this is all over the place. And that's a real shame. And listening to you guys in the comment section and in Discord, we all jumped on a call. You guys were telling me this is kind of a system they've brought through their other games. And I think that's such a shame. If you nail this logo creator, just copy and paste it into your other games and make it good. I don't even know what shape I'm working with anymore in this logo creator. And this logo that I've been working on is now broken. So I exit out. Yes, I would like to exit out and gone. And I just discard it entirely. It's a real big shame for something I was really looking forward to. And hopefully they're going to fix that. And the reason I want to bring this up is not to bash on them or not to just point out the flaws and stuff. It's because I'm someone coming in who has a YouTube channel. I love rugby games. I want to be invested in this game. And I'm already at the stage where I don't plan on going in that logo creator. Already, I'm like, it doesn't work, it's broken. I know we're in early access and everyone's giving it a lot of like easy sort of layoffs. It's early access, you know, there's going to be issues and stuff. That logo creator has to pretty much be revamped. Keep the shapes, keep the options available, but the total system of how it works needs to be completely revamped, because if you've got someone like me with a YouTube channel who's going to make his own team and probably make loads of videos, new logos, updating kit stuff, if I don't even want to be involved in using that logo creator because of the way it works, anyone buying a rugby game for the first time and this is their first experience using a logo creator, I think you're going to lose people in 10-15 minutes. They'll never use it again. And obviously time and resources go into making the logo creator, and if no one's going to use it because it's not been implemented correctly, then you might as well put those time and resources into other stuff. So that's the only one I want to sort of double down on, as that's not really not great in this early access 4. Moving on then to some more positivity. Let's talk positive stuff going on. Now, I'm going to plug my controller back in. Oh no. Brilliant. I completely broke the game by having my controller disconnected. So as I was saying, let's jump into some more positive aspects. Now, I want to go back in. We're going to do some more Premiership Rugby today. I want to talk to you guys about some of the settings, some of the gameplay, you know, things that I found out about the game. Now, literally 10 minutes before I started filming, I have seen that Matt has put on the FAQ page that they have fixed the passing issue, which happened in the last video where the ball kept being dropped to the ground in a pass, and it was a major problem. It's probably one of the things that took me most out of that experience of playing that game. And it now sounds like they fixed it, so that's really positive to see. We're going to play as the Leicester Tigers, who's just like a lower rated team, so I just kind of want to show off a little bit about what's going on. Let's go against Gloucester. Why not? You know, red against green. There's a fun little mashup, right? Now, these are the settings I've had the most fun with in this early access, and this will go directly against what some people have said in the FAQ page, genuinely. So 5-minute halves, hardest difficulty. Playing on the hardest difficulty is the most fun in this patch for me. The AI is scoring blinders of tries against me. I've been having a much better experience in attacking. The AI seems to be much more open in the way they play. The stadium, the Leicester Stadium, something that I kept bringing up in the last video, was talking about how the crowd wasn't getting involved in the game at all, and it was a real sort of, you know, lackluster thing going on in the background. I've played games on a different stadium and the crowd are involved. There's cheering, there's chants going on, people are going absolutely crazy. I don't know if we just got really unlucky in the last game where those things weren't happening because it was in the actual competition, and maybe we just happened to get really unlucky with the stadium. This stadium has been much better, and I thought this might be a case to, you know, showcase off actually that the game is actually in a better position than maybe where I thought it was, especially if they fix that passing issue where the ball was going to the ground. Some people have mentioned about the grass visual as well, which is still a certain thing. I've seen some comparisons go up on the FAQ page, and I think that's something that Bigant are also still looking into. Is the actual sort of visual look of the grass on some of these pictures as well, because they can be slightly off. But we'll jump into a game. I'll play the full game. We might chop down the game to make it a little bit shorter than maybe sitting through the entire game. But I just kind of want to showcase the difference in playing this patch on the hardest difficulty and actually getting a feel for how it works out. So I still don't really know why the crowd has such a different countdown to the clock kicking off, but off we go, underway. We've still got 2 unnamed sides, unfortunately, for these teams, but let's go on an open charge here. Oh, first interception of the game. They're going to pass it back. So we're not going to be talking so much about the things that have changed or been implemented, like the patch notes that we've done in regular videos. We're going to be talking a little bit more about just the actual gameplay as we're getting in. We get to do a bit more of the style of video I'm used to when doing these sorts of games. And already they're making a nice little breakthrough on the fullback. Can't get to that one. So they hit a nice line there. The AI is on the hardest difficulty. They are looking for those little gaps in your defense. And the crowd in the background's going ballistic. I still think they want to change these camera angles from behind the line, but the crowd applauding, going absolutely mental. I don't know whose home... We're playing at my home stadium. I don't know why they're so happy that we conceded a try. Obviously, there's a lot of Gloucester fans that have come up for the day. And slotted through the first kick. We're 7-0 down. Awesome. You know what? I don't care. I'm glad that the AI's getting involved. We didn't just do a ton of rucks then. They found the hole. They exploited that gap and they got underway. Now, there is still the wind markers on the ground. I don't think the wind markers do anything in this game yet, but it's nice that they are going to be sort of implemented along the way. We're going to see if we can get underneath this, get a little catch on the high ball. Oh, yes, we do. Right, we managed to get on the front foot here, boys. Right, hopefully they're going to fix this passing issue. That is probably the one thing I'm going to be taking a bit of a look out for. Okay, oh, we made a bit of a gap there. Can we hit the gap? Oh, we couldn't get through the middle. Who's with them, boys? Line up a little bit. Now, of course, the player depth and the player line is still something I'm looking forward to them implementing it a little bit and doing some set plays and stuff, because at the minute it is still slightly one-dimensional with the way the attack works. Let's see if we can go out wide here. We actually might have some room. Let's see if we can try and do a bit of slaloming. Oh, a little bit of a sidestep. Can't quite sneak around the outside. I still don't think crossfield kicks are completely on for me yet. I'm going to try and dip this straight into that back corner. Here we go. Let's go for that back corner. We've got a guy running through on the cross angle. Can we go for a dive? Oh, they just about beat us there. He's probably going to pick this up and run himself. They do like to do that. We'll just dump him down and they can have... But look, see, we found that little gap in that back corner. The AI plays a little bit more expansively. We got that drop back in the pocket. We were able to do a little bit more. And the game feels like it's opening up a bit. And you sort of begin to see what Bigant are maybe trying to get towards with these updates as they have come out. I know there has been a lot of bashing. Okay, I've lost my pass here. I've also lost my scrum half. So there are still issues. I don't have a scrum half. I can't pass. I can't do anything there. There are still issues. I have found some more issues. I'll be dropping them back in the feedback. The weirdest one I've had so far in this patch is that my scrum actually disappeared. There was no scrum. The whole animation went on without a scrum. That is the first time I've ever seen that. But you know, something different. I'm sort of the sort of person who enjoys little glitches when they do appear. But let's see if we can get my number 8 to have a bit of a break here, straight into the line. Who's with us, boys? Okay, we're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to go out the back here. There is no one back in that back corner. I wonder if we get a little dip over the top. No, not the greatest. No, I wanted to get a little bit more into that 5-meter channel, but I saw no one back in that corner. Try and exploit that space. Now we didn't have lineouts in the last game. Amazingly, in the entire video, we didn't have a single lineout. So we can actually showcase the lineout. The camera line has changed the camera angle, sorry, has changed for the lineouts now as well. Mauls have got slightly better in terms of the way they work. However, the issue with the gap reopening from the Maul has come back, which is something I'm hopefully they'll be changing in. Whether they do another minor update or the next major update. But straight away, we're not going to go for the repetitive. Mauling situation on the hardest difficulty. That AI is looking to clear that ball out. That was a nice clearance kick. Nobody there. So they've managed to get it all the way back. We're back on the halfway line now. Oh, they nearly managed to steal that one as well. Right, let's see if we can go on a break here, boys. Who's with me? Try and spread this one out wide. Oh, we're going to have little offloads there as we make it through the gap. Who's with me? Can we go for a little grubber kick? We do. Who's going to get there first? Oh, a bit too much power. Can't quite exploit that space. But slightly better running lines. The AI opened up a little bit more. You can look to try and punish them. They do still tackle you a lot on the grubber kick, which I think should be something changed. It's very illegal to just outright tackle someone after they've already taken a kick. Oh, what an interception line by that boy there. Is anyone going to get back for him? Great tackle to shut him down. Who's over it, boys? Get in there. Put them under pressure. Great interception line by him. Again, probably should have got the pass to hand, but, I went for the dangerous pass with a man completely running out of the line. Let me try and get off the line a bit quick here. Try and put them under some pressure now. Oh, they got for a nice little offload. Oh, man, they got around. Great last-ditch tackle. Who's in there, boys? Come on. Get the pressure on. The turnovers are still more tricky in this patch than they were in the other patches. Trying to actually get a turnover is a real nightmare in this. But, hey, we're playing on the hardest difficulty. I expect it to be hard to get a turnover, even with the difference in sort of team rating in this game. We are playing on the hardest difficulty. I want it to be tough to be able to get that turnover. Come on, boys. Get in there. Oh, good little bump off as well. The AI on the hardest difficulty, using those bump offs as well to be able to get through the line. They're doing slightly different attacking options. And the number 8 goes over on the wing. And I'm losing, and I'm having more fun with it. Isn't it very weird how just the crowd being a bit different, the challenge of the game is getting tough? That was that was a rubbish tackle by my fly half. I expect better. I expect better standards from my fly half. But that was a really nice handoff from them. I don't know if I've ever pulled off a handoff in this game. I'm not even sure what button does that. But that was a nice little handoff. Something else didn't know in the last game. The camera angles of the conversions have changed. They've got rid of as many camera options. They've now changed it down to 2. They've called it dynamic. So as you can see, the camera is shifting around a little bit. They got rid of the low, high, far away cameras. They're down to just the 2 camera angles now on the conversions. And I think that kind of works a little bit better. I wasn't a fan of the one where it swapped behind the post. I kind of prefer the one where it kind of watches the ball go out. And the sort of dynamic angle, I like that. I would like the way the replays work after a try is scored to be slightly more dynamic like that as well. They feel slightly choppy at the minute. Oh, again, they've gone for a nice little kick over the top there. They're trying to find that room in the backfield. Right, I'm going to run across field here and see if we can make a little bit of ground. That's a nice pass away. Come on, and again. And one more. Yes, get a little bit of a breakaway down the line. Who's with me, boys? Still not got any of my support runners, which is what they said in the patch notes, but we will dive over. Let's go for a smash down. Bang! We're back in this game. Number 11, dotting it down, and I'm having more fun. I'm enjoying it. That was a nice bit of play. Held my pass late. Was able to get that pass away even though they were just about to tackle me. They've changed those passing timings. And it feels a bit more fun. It feels a bit more open. I'm telling you guys, if you haven't played EA4 on hardest difficulty yet, give it a go. I genuinely think the game feels so much better. There isn't a lot of rucking. It's a lot more open. You suddenly are getting big scores. We got it through. We've got a bit of background. We've got some, radio or sort of in-stadium commentary going over the speakers and stuff. The crowd is happy. We're on board. We're on board to come back for a big game here. And this is what I want to see from this game. I want to see the game develop in this way where it feels more fun. I'm really looking forward to when they get, set plays. Oh, that was a big pass by me. I'm really looking forward to when they add, set plays and, your sort of attacking pods and your defensive line depth and stuff. And you can start changing all that stuff and make it feel a bit more customizable, like you as the player are making those differences. My number 9 is very late to the ball here. Come on, boys. Right, that was actually the first time I think I've encountered where I chose to pass right and my scrum half passed left. That actually wasn't what I was going for, but we'll try if we can make the most of it here. Let's see if we can go for one more pass. Oh, I knew that was going to be another interception pass. As soon as I went for it, they had it over the top. Can we get involved with that ruck, boys? They nearly hit the gap in the middle there. Get in, get in, get in. Put them under pressure. They're going for... Oh, they switched it back. Switched it back on me. That was a nice move. Can we get in there quickly, try and punish that? Nope, don't manage it either. Come on, boys. Get in, get in. Big drive over the top. Not going to happen. Move my hooker slightly further up here as well. They're going to go for another. Oh, nice little out the back pass. They've got a hole in the middle here. Yep. Can they hit that gap in the middle? They do. Fullback manages to get onto him. They're looking. They're looking for those gaps in the defense. They're looking to punish. Now, your option here might be to go for a drop goal or something, or just to kick it out on the full. Maybe go in at halftime in the lead. See what the AI goes for. They want to play on. They want to try and make the most of this opportunity. Let's see if we can get in there and try and punish it. Yep, that's a good counter ruck. Come on, boys, pick up the ball. Well, we got the counter ruck, but then we got driven into touch. But hey, we managed to put it off. We managed to hold out that half. And first half over. I've had so much more fun in this half already than what I did in the entire video of the last video. And I think that's so much more fun to sort of showcase in this game from what has been quite a lot of negativity, even from myself. There's, certain things that aren't great in this game. A lot of people are outwardly looking for the negatives, but I think it's nice to showcase actually the gameplay feeling a little bit better. Obviously, there is still stuff to work on. This game is still in early access. A lot of people are talking about the rucks and the sort of animations and stuff, and that's something that, hopefully will come with time in those updates. But the actual gameplay at this point, on the hardest difficulty, I'm going to keep saying, what a kick! I want that guy in my creator team. My goodness, that was a boot. I've never seen that before, where a guy just kicks it 80 meters without any sort of effort at all. But there we go. There's me trying to give big praises to the game for being much better. But that was a hell of a kick. Good play by him. Now, I would like from here as well if your scrum half could actually pick up the ball rather than your number 8. But apparently that's not going to be the way it goes. Let's see if we can hit that gap through the middle. Don't manage it. Is anyone in the pocket here? I want to see if I can hit a drop goal. I don't think I've hit a drop goal yet in the game. Actually on camera. Oh, let's play it back inside here. Not going to get anywhere, the boys. Looking a bit flat. Let's organise ourselves a bit. Let's see if we can go for a drop goal with this guy. No, not quite. We didn't quite manage to get away. They were onto us pretty quick there. Let's try and get out wide here. Get a little grubber kick in right into that corner. Try and put him under pressure. It's well held by him. I think he was outside his 22 then, so this should give us a bit of a better opportunity. Crossfield kick? Maybe. Just maybe. Oh, they gave that as inside the 22? I thought that was very outside the 22. Right. We're going to go Y, pass. Drop it down. Look at this. Put this right in that back corner. Come on, boys. Who's on the end of this? Oh, I couldn't quite get my winger onto the end of it. I'm getting closer. I am getting closer with those crossfield kicks. Getting it to hand is a nightmare. But actually feeling like you can sort of get to it. Right, let's go for the front. Let's see if we can challenge this. Oh, don't manage it. Okay. They're going to go for the Maul. Oh, wow. Okay, bit of a weird break there, but we still got the Maul going on. Now, my players have run away. This is still an issue to be worked on, I think, going forward. I don't know what my guys are doing right at the top end of the screen. This is another issue going on with the game at the minute, is if you can see, the clock has stopped. The game isn't playing, and this Maul will go on for as long as I'm busy tapping buttons. Which, again, something else they need to work on. I don't know why the clock... I've brought this up in a number of their other FAQ feedback as well. The clock just sort of stops, and we can really drive this on. Let's really drive it home about how ridiculous this is that you can do this. And these are the things, you know, worth bringing up in an FAQ page. Dead in goal. I actually have no idea what the resound would be from that. I don't know what the consequence is. A scrum sounds about right. I don't think I've ever seen in real rugby a driving Maul be driven back so far it went over its own dead ball line. I'm guessing a scrum is the correct call. Oh, wow. I think I've actually lost my own scrum. No, I did actually win that. I didn't look very comfortable. Okay, let's try and go down this blind side and dive over for a try. The try animations have looked better as well. You know, we're getting those nice sliding tries, hitting that gap. It was nice. We're slowly getting back into this game. Let's see how this camera angle works. That's a nicer fluid camera angle. I would still like the camera angle to be ahead of those barriers. I feel it's a bit weird that you lose like half the screen in the replay to the barriers, which is a shame. Let's just slide this one through. Oh, we got the slow-mo camera this time. They've mixed it with that dynamic. I'm still not sure if I'm a fan of the slow-mo. It's kind of niche. You know, maybe you like that. I don't know. I think that'd be really annoying in multiplayer. Having to watch the other person do a slow-mo kick for the kicking conversion, which is still way too easy. It's way too easy to get those conversions over. But we're back in the game now. We're 14 all, 50 minutes in. Okay, actually, I want to go this way. I think we've got room down this wing. Let's try and draw that guy in. Yes, it worked like a charm. Right, let's get a little kick over the top. Who's on it, boys? Who's chasing it down? It's still going on. I think the fullback's going to beat us to it. But we are chasing him down. Oh, had to go for the clearance kick. That's a decent clearance kick, to be fair, by them. But they've put us back outside the 22. But we've put them under some decent pressure there. Right, we're going to go back to the back. Pass. And oh, they nearly managed to get in the line of that. Let's keep going wide here, boys. Who's on this? Let's go for a wide pass all the way out there. Come on, let's try and charge down that wing. Little step back inside. Oh, it's a good tackle. Shoving him into touch, not letting him get there. The sidestep isn't overpowered in this game at all. It's actually really hard to pull off a sidestep. I was trying to cut back on the inside there. Didn't work for us. Right, we're going middle. Come on, boys. Let's get a steal. Nope, they've gone down the front again. And this time they've gone for the pass. And an exit clearance kick again. Probably not a lot of options they can do there. They're playing down this clock slowly. We'll try something different again. This time, let's go to middle. Let's go for a middle pass. And we'll try and... Oh, that's not really the guy I wanted it to go to. But we'll try... Oh, we've actually somehow made numbers. Kind of. Everyone's started a little bit too deep for me. But we're going to dive for the corner to get back in this game. We'll go to a TMO because they love the TMO in the corner. They absolutely love it. I'm not really sure why it's always in the corner. Sometimes you can get these sort of diving tries where actually you go into touch and you're actually keeping your feet off the ground and it looks really good. When you're clearly 5 meters infield, it feels a bit weird to go to the TMO, but TMO's given it correct decision and that puts us in the lead. We've made the comeback from a devastating situation where we were. Let's just try and slot this one through. We've got another slow-mo kick going on there. Nope. Fast one this time. Slide through, 21-14. We're back in it, Leicester. Gloucester to get us kicked off and underway once again. They do like to take their time on these restarts. I don't know. We're waiting, still waiting, still waiting. Eventually we got there. Right, come on, drop the ball down. Oh, wow. Not the guy I was expecting to catch that one. Can we get an offload from there? No, you don't. Okay, again, I think this wing is the area to attack. Scrum half's a bit slow to this one, boys. Well, I wanted to go left, but my guys decided right was the way to go. But we'll make it work for us. Can't quite get the sidestep away. I don't think there's anyone in that backfield. So, let's try and punish that backfield. Oh, wow. Someone actually did manage to go back. I think that's... Oh, it should be their winger, but I don't know who it actually will be. That's a decent kick back. Who's there for me? Nobody's there for me. In fact, their guy is hunting this one down like a monster. Okay. I'm not going to take the quick throw. Quick throw-ins break the game. Not gonna do the quick throw-in at all. But does it not feel like we've had a more invested game in this one? Does it not feel much more intense, like we're having to really work for this one? Okay, well, we're running. I wanted to get that pass away. I could not pass to anyone there. Okay, we've got some numbers out to the left here. Okay, that was a big pass. One of our weirder side steps. Okay, we've made it back out towards the edge of the 22 there. Quick ball, quick ball, quick ball. Come on, number 9. No, I pressed to go. Okay, there's been some small passing issues today with them simply just not passing the way I've asked them to. That one I wanted to obviously go to the right. We had a huge overlap, and for some reason he passed left. I'm still not sure what the reasoning in for that is. Oh, there's an interception! Oh, Gloucester are about to come back into this game. Hitting that line has been the number 8. He goes over for his second try. They've been hitting those interception passes all day long. Some people could say this is an issue. That they've got basically every try off the back of an interception. But you know what? We're here for the pleasure. We're here for the joy of it. Let's give it to him. Good line. Slotted through by Gloucester. 21 all. 10 minutes on the clock. It's getting exciting. Come on, boys. Number 10, yes. Tell him where to go. Anytime. There we go. Right, we're going for a slightly shallower kick. Let's see if we can get someone on the end of this. Come on, get in the air. Oh, we're not quite able to steal it. I've got nobody competing for that one at all. They've gone for that kick over the top again. Is anyone there for me this time? My guy just said, I'm not even going to touch it. Let it go. Oh, no. No, game. I haven't said to do a quick throw. Okay, it fixed itself. We'll take it. I did not tell it to go for a quick throw. I pressed A, not Y. I didn't want a quick throw. I wanted to just play normally, but the game wanted me to do this. Okay, let's try and charge up a little bit further outside my 22. 5 minutes left on the clock. Oh, wow, they went for a big counter ruck, and it worked for them. It's worked for them. Who's in there, boys? Come on. Gloucester are putting us under the pump here. Nice offload as well. Come on, boys, get in there. Pressure that, pressure that. 80th minute just around the corner. It's a draw. I don't think either team would be happy with a draw in this game. Come on, boys, get in there. Oh, they went for a little play around the back. They nearly made it. Come on, boys. Gloucester playing much more tight this time. Oh, they got another breakaway. It's that number 8 again. Number 8. He's been oiled up. He can barely get a hands on him. He's sleek. He's just picking up the ball and running. Again, an issue still a little bit with this patch has been being able to actually get a turnover. It is so difficult to get your players in on the hardest difficulty, but you know that's what the joy of playing on hard is. Come on, boys, get in there. No, don't let it through! Oh, great tackle. Had to be made. They're looking for those lines. Come on, get that turnover. For everything that positive that I said about not doing ruck to ruck to ruck. This is where we've ended up now. The game has opened up to just be endless rucks. Gloucester are doing very well to hold on to the ball here. I can't believe we haven't got a single turnover or interception. Oh, that's another great line picked. That was the flanker that time. Gonna have to get out wide here to shut them down up there. Anyone picking that up on my team? Come on, boys, get in there. Somebody get a turnover. My goodness, this is ridiculous. They are still making ground. Come on, boys, get in there. What do you mean? What do you mean offside? There's no offside in this game. There's no offside in this game. You've never given an offside penalty. What do you mean? I've never seen an offside penalty given. And it's about to cost us the game. I'm saying refs are paid off. Outrageous. What a way to lose that game. I've never seen an offside penalty. What? Well, hey. I can't believe it. I can't believe we actually ended up losing from there. We had such a great comeback. Those interception tries cost us a lot. An offside penalty. is what cost us that game. I genuinely didn't even know that was in the game. I've seen the ref give an offside and it always just gets awarded with a scrum. I don't even know if I have the option to make it a penalty. But hey, we lost. But didn't the game feel more interesting on harder difficulty? It is brutal. It is really hard to get a turnover. You have to play much more tactically. You're looking for those kicks over the top, so they will punish you defensively. They will just take a ball and go for a try, and apparently even the referee will punish you with penalties that don't exist in the game. Fantastic stuff. But there we have it, guys. That is going to round up our part 2 of Early Access 4. Genuinely, I think this game is more fun than I was giving it credit for in the first video. I think more fun than some other people are giving it credit for in the FAQ page and stuff. I think people just need to work on what settings they're going to play on and the way they're going to actually play the game. I maintain playing this Early Access 4 at the minute, play it on the hardest difficulty, and sort of play a bit more openly, look for those extra kicks and stuff, and the game seems to really feel like it's going to open up. I've seen a lot of people on the FAQ page say the hardest difficulty is endless rucks. We did have it at the end of the game, but it's when the game was in the balance. They were drawn on points. That might be a thing more if the points are even throughout the game more. Maybe they play a bit more tactically by going from ruck to ruck. But as you saw, for most of the game, they were looking to kick. They were looking for those big exits. They were trying to find those holes in my defensive line. They were trying all sorts of different tactics. We didn't manage to get the drop goal. And they ended up beating me, which, you know, hasn't happened since game 1 of this game, in Early Access 1, I don't think. Like, you know, in an actual video, they normally, you can beat them pretty easily, and I know I've played on easy difficulty just because I wanted to showcase more. Hopefully this is a better showcase of actually where this game is heading. There is still issues. Nobody's denying there are issues. There's certainly plenty of issues with animations. We still had passing going the wrong way. We still had that issue with the quick throw-in where it went wrong. We drove a Maul over the dead ball line. That's the purpose of an early access, right? Is to get rid of them before the full release. But I honestly think I've seen the improvements from going from early access 1 to see where it is now. I am going to sit down over the course of this week and actually give them, you know, another novel of feedback on their FAQ page. But hopefully this was a slightly nicer showcase in actually what this game can offer, as I know everything around this game still feels quite negative at the minute, and it's not the game necessarily a lot of people are expecting for, you know, a modern rugby game that's going to be the best rugby game of all time. But I do think it is moving in the right direction, and it's nice to have corrected some of those things. The crowd in the background today felt so much better. The gameplay didn't have anything necessarily go wrong. There was no crashes. The stability has felt better in terms of crashing and stuff in this patch as well. And as Matt has put on the FAQ page, they've done this little interim hotfix to fix the ball being dropped in the past as well. Didn't have any of them in that game. Really nice. If you could sort out how many interceptions I give away, that would be the next thing to fix them. But hopefully you've enjoyed this one today, guys. Hopefully it's felt a bit more positive about the world of Rugby 25. Let me know down in the comments how you guys are feeling about the game. Have you played more of Early Access 4? Because genuinely, I think so far this is the patch where I'm like, I can see me playing some of this actually in my own downtime and just for fun and actually sitting down and enjoying a couple of games. Let me know down in the comment section, guys. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.